Recording in 3, 2, 1. Hello, hello, and welcome to the party. Today, we're going to be looking at the Diablo 4 Into the Endgame video that was dropped, like 2 or 3 hours ago. I don't know when this video is going to, but whatever. Anyways, I'm going to jump right into it, and I hope that you all follow along with me. We're going to have some discussions, probably revolving around this, react to some of the things that they're saying. This being the first look into Endgame, or one of the first looks into Endgame, I'm pretty excited about this. So, let me go ahead and switch over, and let's just get started. It's rated M for mature? Oh. No way. Necro. Cool. Cool. Cool.
I'm really excited about getting this game into players' hands, letting them experience this massive world.
A main cornerstone of D4 is play your way. As a player continues to advance through the story.
Play your way until people find out what the meta is, and then, you know, your way doesn't matter anymore.
Into the endgame. They'll unlock a ton of brand new activities that provide meaningful progression, no matter their playstyle.
Players
Hell
are
yeah.
able to keep progressing in the narrative of the game. Alongside that, the whole team has worked on crafting a variety of different experiences players can pursue.
We're going to have an entire world of Sanctuary for our players to offer. There's going to never be an absence of something to do.
I want to know about the endgame. Tell me what the endgame is.
After the player has finished the campaign, there's a lot more game to go and participate in. They gain access to a special, what we call capstone dungeon that they have to complete.
Okay, so dungeons. We kind of knew this already. We kind of knew that there was going to be some sort of dungeon system associated with the endgame, so this isn't anything new.
Once they're able to finish this capstone dungeon, they're going to gain access to the first world tier.
As you complete the world tier, it will open up the opportunity for you to go into your next world tier. That involves unlocking powerful loot, new items, and more advantages for your player to have a better option.
So are they saying that you have to, so you beat the campaign, and then you have a capstone dungeon, which is more like a trial than anything else, and if you complete that capstone dungeon, then you can move on to the next world tier, right? That's essentially what they're saying. They're not saying like you just get the next world tier, you have to complete some sort of challenge. That's the way that I'm understanding it. Okay.
Opportunity end game.
Whether you're a fan of dungeons, PvP, or just roaming around the world, there's a way to continue your Diablo adventure long after hitting max level.
But what, that can't be the only endgame, because there's a point, right, where the world tier, it's not going to go up anymore, right?
As your character continues to grow in power, you'll start with the skill tree and expand out into the Paragon system.
A lot of the choices the players make are grounded on skills themselves and the fantasies associated with those skills. The Paragon board is a place where we allow you to have a lot more depth, a lot more...
That's awesome. So this is the Paragon system. This is what we didn't get to see in the beta. So that's actually pretty cool. It reminds me of Minesweeper a little bit. I want to go back. Oh, what was that? That was a legendary node? You deal 5% increased damage for each nearby enemy that is crowd controlled up to 25%. Okay, so the Paragon system is going to be absolutely fucking cracked. Got it.
A lot more customization, many more options as you go.
You can rotate the board,
Cool.
so you can choose a different path if you're like, I want to do more strength-based things, or I want these.
Am I just really bad at math, or do I not understand how that's going to... I don't get how that's going to change your path. I don't get that, but I am not smart, so...
particular boons or glyphs. You can chart your path through it, and they're really a way for you to keep expanding.
Oh, it's by the bottom. Ugh, I fucking get... I see. So maybe you have to start at the bottom. Aha! I get it.
So you can choose a different
I get
path
it.
if you're like, I want to do more strength.
Yes,
things.
understood.
I want these particular boons or glyphs. You can chart your path through it, and they're really a way for you to keep expanding your character and making it uniquely yours.
Yeah.
Similar to the Paragon boards is the Codex of Power. It's an in-game system that holds the aspects related to the character.
Yep.
You are able to complete a dungeon, and they will have a chance to drop an aspect that you can pick up.
And we saw this in the beta, so we already knew that this was a thing.
What this allows players to do is take items they're finding in the world and make them more powerful, turn them into legendary items.
It's really special to discover what kind of playstyle really means the most to you.
Yeah. Nightmare dungeons. Ooh.
Every part of Sanctuary is fulfilling and satisfying. Dungeons in particular are really close to my heart. Nightmare dungeons are going to give the players the opportunity to experience a dungeon that they might have already experienced in their past playthroughs. They'll enter the dungeon with a found sigil that alters the playstyle and the intensity.
With a found sigil, is what she said. With a found sigil.
Of the dungeon.
They're more difficult and they have additional objectives, and then they also have affixes, which add a degree of difficulty for you and your group to work through.
It's like it's kind of like a mixture between Mythic Plus dungeons from WoW and PoE. Now, again, I don't know if they have affixes in the endgame for, like, PoE or anything like that. I bet you they do. It's just literally been, like, probably almost 10 years since I picked up PoE. No, more like 8 years. Anyways, long and short of it, that sounds really cool. I personally love Mythic Plus from World of Warcraft. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like the idea of potentially seeing a similar system in Diablo. That does intrigue me.
One of my favorite affixes that you can find in Nightmare Dungeons is actually called Hellgate. Occasionally, these portals will open up throughout the area.
Okay, this is very Path of Exile.
It will just pour out different monsters that aren't native to that region for you to also be dealing with while you're trying to handle everything else inside the dungeon. There's over 120 dungeons to play through and find in Diablo 4.
120 nightmare dungeons. Nice.
And any one of them can become a nightmare dungeon by finding a nightmare sigil and then using it to activate the nightmare version of that dungeon space.
Everything's a little darker, everything's more difficult. It's going to add a little bit of a twist of flavor on your particular dungeon.
Okay, great. Yeah, so before we jump into the next part, I love that. I think that's really, really cool. I will say that a lot of what they've talked about so far with the endgame seems to be very dungeon related. You know, you have your capstone dungeon and your nightmare dungeon, and you got to do your normal dungeons to get the sigil for that, right? And I think that's really great. I just think that people are going to get bored of that very, very quickly. And so I hope in this next part they talk a little bit more. I hope that they add some additional flavoring onto the actual endgame itself. Like, please, like, when it says endgame exploration, please don't let it be gathering or anything like that. Come on.
There's some targeted activities in Diablo 4 that suit what you're feeling in the mood for.
The Forces of Hell are starting to have more influence in certain parts of Sanctuary in the vast interconnected overworld of the experience. And as the players are going into Helltide areas, they're going to find even more powerful monsters. And by killing them, they'll be able to gain these special shards they can take to go and use to purchase
shards.
These big rewards that are available at these caches that are found literally throughout Helltide areas.
The sky darkens and the rivers run red, meteors fall from the sky, and monsters get harder. We really want to create new experiences for the players. There's one I really like called Whispers of the Dead, which you get from the Tree of Whispers. The Tree of Whispers is grim and a little gruesome, but it's also something... So
are they saying, like, this is... So is this only accessible in, like, higher world tiers? Or is it, like, going to start spawning in your current world tier after you complete the campaign? Did I miss that?
Mystically haunting and kind of beautiful.
The tree has a little bit of a grudge against our players, and it would like for them to go serve its needs. So you're going to go serve these bounties, gather different rewards, different items, and bring them back to the tree in hopes that it can exchange you something really meaningful.
Maybe you're going to go to the Fractured Peaks and take out some werewolves that are rampaging in a town. They're contained activities that you can do alone or in a group. We really wanted to create variety for people to be able to spend time where they wanted to in the world. It's very cool the way it's been.
I think for that, what I would want to know about is this like a daily quest or a weekly quest system, right? Like, is this going to be the equivalent of World of Warcraft, where if I go, you know, beat 4 mythic dungeons for the week, am I going to get a piece of 420 best in slot, high item level, you know, or best in slot bow or something, right? That's kind of what this seems like to me, but I could be totally wrong. It just, yeah, it seems like a location you go to and you pick up some things, you go do some things, you come back, and boom, you get your reward.
Been put together, and I can't wait for people to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that definitely looks good. I like this. I like it.
In Diablo 4, we have a focus on the world of Sanctuary.
Wait, what was that? What did that say? The Fields of Hatred. Okay, anybody who's seen my Diablo 2 or my Diablo 4 lore video, Mephisto he has such a big fucking part to play in this damn game. And now we've got the Fields of Hatred. Yeah, okay.
In Diablo 4, we have a focus on the world of Sanctuary. And there are parts of that world that we call the Fields of Hatred, where Lilith's presence in Sanctuary has begun to seep through and manifest these poisonous areas throughout the world. When players go to
poisonous? Mephisto?
These regions, they get to engage in player versus player conflict.
These offer opportunities for the player to collect shards. But there is a little bit of a catch. In order to get these shards back to town, you will need to purify them. Other players will definitely know that you're attempting to purify your shards, so you'd better be prepared to fight if you're going to be playing.
That pumps me up so much. I love PvP. Oh boy.
Any PvP, and be prepared that you might lose some stuff in the meantime.
Once they've got the purified shards, they can take these, go back to nearby towns to sell them, and then use that to buy.
There's a what's it called? The Division. There is an endgame system in the Division where you go to these dark zones, and these dark zones have like the best loot and like that you can get in the game. And what you have to do is pick up that loot and then go to a helicopter and extract the stuff, blah blah blah. But the catch is that there are other players in that zone or in this dark zone, and so if you die, you lose everything that you've collected, and it gives that other player the opportunity to pick up or take what you have. This is very, very reminiscent of that, and I actually really enjoyed that in the Division. And so seeing that, oh man, seeing this game, I hope it's good. I hope so much that this game is fire, right? If it comes out on release and it is just over glorified with monetization and pay to win, I'm going to be so irked, man. Because damn. All right.
Interesting cosmetic items and rewards.
It's a place for people who really love PvP and want to still get loot and still increase their character's power. If that's the way they want
amazing. Yes.
to play, they can.
Launch is just the beginning. One of the things we're really focused on is creating a living, breathing set of updates for players to engage with after the game has gone live.
It's really just going to...
Yeah, seasons, right? Like, we all knew that seasons and that sort of stuff was going to come out. The Nightmare Portal system that they're talking about, especially in the Nightmare dungeons, it's very reminiscent of PoE, right? And that's how PoE did it. Or I don't know if they still do it that way, but every season there's a new kind of catch in terms of enemies that will just seemingly randomly spawn everywhere, and it's really cool. I love the system, and I think that having that into the game is also really, or having that into Diablo 4 is also really, really great. As far as they say, it's just the beginning. You can kind of piece it all together in terms of where they might be heading with it, right? Season 1, oh, it's these nightmare portals. Season 2, oh, now it's portals of Diablo. Now that, blah, blah, blah. And you can take that portal into this, there's a lot that they could do with that, and I think that's good.
Going to be a way to keep coming back and experiencing more Diablo 4 in fresh ways.
We're really eager to hear all of your experiences and just enjoy the entire story with you all.
That's gotta be another world boss. It looks like Mephisto. Whoa. Cool. Right on, right on. Okay, so that was the Into the Endgame video that was recently posted by the development team for Diablo 4. Really good stuff here. I like what I'm seeing. The only thing that I will say I hope that they incorporate is some sort of raid system. Lost Ark has this, and obviously it's not 25-man raids or 40-man raids or anything like that. I just do think that if you only have dungeon crawling as your end game, people are gonna get bored of that really quick, right? So those are my thoughts. All of this looks really great so far. I am very excited for Diablo 4. Honestly, I miss it a lot. So have you seen this trailer? What are your thoughts on the end game? Comment below. I wanna know about it. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to stay a while and listen. Subscribe if you're feeling up to it. Outside of that, I don't have much of anything else to cover with you guys today. So yeah, I will see you later. See ya.